Mount Rainier in the distance. There are few cities finer on a clear afternoon than this one, and we have a picture-perfect day for football at Lumen Field in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Prescott. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Tough running, but not a lot to show for it. They stop him shy of the 25. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Here's Prescott. And now he'll fire deep downfield for James. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And the Seahawks are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. So after the INT, it's Kaepernick. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
And partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Really been an ideal start for them. They get the turnover on the opening possession. Now here they are moving the ball straight down the field on their first drive.
And that feels good, but you know on their side of the field all they're thinking is finish this drive off because they took it away, right? So now you've got them back on their heels a little bit. Now go down, put a touchdown on them. Look out. You've won the mental battle early in the game, and that may carry over for you. Yeah, once more, strong running. Excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Harris. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Flushed out right.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Harris. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Najee Harris, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Here's Richie James on the return. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Prescott. He's got Jack Doyle. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
On play action, Prescott. Flush to his right. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at second down. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And you can just see that whole play developing. That's where, as a defender, you just lock in on your target and say, I'm not even thinking about breaking stride. I'm running straight for the belt buckle, because where it goes, that's where you find his body, and he's able to get in there and make a great play.
Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Seahawks have picked it up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. We know he's got the speed to get downfield, Charles, but there's the negative side. A little loose with the football that time.
And that's normal, especially when you have his type of talents, because you feel like you're into the open field, and maybe you don't feel the people who are around you or closing in. All quarterbacks have to do extra ball security.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Chuck Clark picking it up. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And, Charles, this is a crew you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner, they can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, it's Kaepernick. And that is incomplete here.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
On 2nd down, it's Harris. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Seven, our score after 1. And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Now Kaepernick. Open man, it's Preston Williams. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
On 1st and 10, here's Kaepernick. That's swung out wide to Harris. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make it a 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
In your face.
To throw is Kaepernick. This is caught by Evans. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They run the counter. Harris. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Kaepernick going to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Williams. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. They'll try to run with Harris. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Najee Harris with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete, and that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play fake. Here's Prescott. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. A bullet throw, but incomplete. fair to say hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better, got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Zuerlein's kick is up and through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
When I played in the yard as a kid, I used to imitate the spectacular catches that I would see on TV. I don't think I ever imitated one quite that well.
Come on, give yourself some credit.
No, I know better. What we just saw there, that was pretty special.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Again, they'll throw with Kaepernick. To Evans on the slant. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Kaepernick now on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. Shotgun snap now for Kaepernick. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Jags are going to get the football here as he gets this up to the 38-yard line. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter what. At worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. To throw again on second down, Prescott. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Prescott on first down. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And the lead is down to 1 now at 14-13. So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They force the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
A final shot before half for Kaepernick. It's brought in by Harris. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45. Here's Kaepernick. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield strike at the 49. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
Now that's absolutely frustrating for a defender. Had a chance to get him on the ground before he got to the sideline, but what great vision and understanding where he is on the field as he headed for the marker and picked up the first down.
2nd down at 5. Kaepernick now to throw. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Credit the sack to the safety, Jesse Bates.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Andy Lee now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And he'll go ahead and field this at the 5. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And it'll be Jaguar football as they take over deep in their own territory. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced the punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
Prescott now. That's out to the flat for Akers. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And this one out quickly to James. Not much there, only a yard. But Charles, something we talked about last week, when you start believing whether you're in the midst of a special season or not. Well, now they're at 6-0. Are you still trying to tamp down the expectations in that locker room?
Well, to me, it's less about tamping down expectations and much more about not getting ahead of yourself as a team. And look, they've got to play each game individually, right? Many teams talk about being 1-0 at the end of each and every game each week. To me, You got to understand, you cannot win the Super Bowl in October.
They'll run on first down with Akers. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. It's his 8th rushing touchdown on the campaign and 10th overall. And once again, the Jaguars are back out in front. It's a run with Akers. And he will get into the end zone again. And he seems to have a nose for it as he gets both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. Taking it about the 1. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
From the gun, it's Kaepernick. Throw left side complete. That's Harris. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
And the Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. A little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, 1-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick 6.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
Zuerlein good with a PAT, and a lead now up to 14. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And we'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play that time on the catch and run.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there. Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as possible, try and throw it into the end zone and get a score because they know they've got to get that done and get.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Mike Evans with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. Myers connects on the PAT. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Prescott. Taking a shot for Samuel. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Jaguars. Dak Prescott, probably not the first name you think of in terms of strongest arms in the NFL, but he showed it off there.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh, no. And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. Working from the gun, it's Kaepernick. And hitting Juju on the slant. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You can have the first one for the second one to even matter.
Now a dump off here complete, and he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Airing this one out for Evans. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Seahawks. Mike Evans with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Seahawks have made this a one-score game. Extra point up and through by Myers. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Here's James. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Play action now. Prescott sliding out of the pocket. Oh, Prescott stripped, and the Seahawks have picked it up.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching, execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly what they did.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Kaepernick. That's swung out wide to Harris. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. To throw, Kaepernick. This is caught by Evans. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll take this one down near the 15. It was Eric Reed in on the stop.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Kaepernick to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Third and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. Now Kaepernick, got to have this one. That's to his running back, complete. But he will not get away. He stopped short of the marker. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all three timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Second down, they'll go with Akers again. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. Now the Seahawks call the second of their three timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Here's Prescott. Got a man. It's Darren Waller. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
I think in a sense they won with their presentation because they showed 22 personnel. That's 2 running backs, 2 tight ends. So you figure if it's going to be a big play, it would come out of the running game because that's how they showed. But instead, they chose to throw out of that formation, and they definitely caught the defense off guard.
So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Jags, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills.